This is the SAT practice test number 7, section 3, math test, no calculator. One page at a time. So if you would like to attempt these first 4 problems without any hints, please pause this video now. I will start with providing some hints for each of these and then go through them and work them out individually. So for the first one, hints would be to highlight keywords. Second one would be to simplify, distribute, get rid of those parentheses. Number 3, the hint would be to substitute, basic substitution, plug and chug. And number 4, hint would be that I squared is -1. So if you would like to go ahead and try these with those hints, go ahead and pause now. And now we'll go through them. So for the first one, the keywords and labels, we have number of minutes that Maria spends running each day, represented with X, number of minutes she spends biking each day with Y, and we're asked what the 75 in the equation provided represents. Please look for a link to another video with keywords and translating. So if we have X and Y added together, the total number of minutes she spends running and biking each day is equal to 75. So our answer is C. Moving on to number 2, if we go ahead and distribute, we're going to multiply the 3 by the 2 terms inside the parentheses. So we'll have 3x plus 15 minus 6. And then we can combine like terms. The constants 15 minus 6 gives us 3x plus 9, which is choice C. We cannot solve this. There's no equal sign. We are just simplifying the expression. For number 3, you have a couple options. Which ordered pair satisfies the system of equations shown? You could solve the system by graphing, substituting, or eliminating. Or if you're not so sure or familiar with those 3 methods of solving a system of equations, you could just plug in each of these answer choices. The ordered pairs provide you with an X and Y value. You could plug into each equation until you find the ordered pair that works in both. So that is definitely an option of using your answer choices to help you. If you solve it using graphing, substituting, or eliminating, I would probably recommend solving the first equation for Y. Even though it's already solved for X, you have this fraction in the second equation. There are a number of ways you could go about this problem. But if I go ahead and solve that first one for Y, it would be X plus 3 equals Y. And then I'm just going to take that X plus 3 and substitute it in for Y, right? Y is equal to X plus 3. So I'm going to substitute it in for Y in the second equation. And that would give me X over 2 plus 2. And then what I'm plugging in for Y is X plus 3 equals 6. And I'm going to distribute just like I did in the second problem. X over 2 plus 2x plus 6 equals 6. X over 2 plus 2x equals 0 if we subtract 6 from both sides. And x over 2 plus 2x, that would be the same as 1/2 x plus 2x equals 0, or 2.5 x equals 0, which means if we divide by 2.5, x itself equals 0. So if x equals 0, we can narrow it down to choice B. But to be sure, and this is something you might want to mark and then go back if you have time at the end of this section. But to be sure, if we plug in 0 for x in one of our equations, I'm going to go with what I had solved for y up here. So 0 plus 3 equals y would mean y indeed equals 3. So it is choice B. Last one on this page, number 4. Again, the hint was that I squared equals -1. For those of you with a graphing calculator, there is actually an I button. It is typically the same button as the decimal point. If you just press the second button first, that is very, very helpful because most graphing calculators will simplify with I. So if you type that in, look for another video. I'll link that in the description for using the graphing calculator for I. But if I don't have a graphing calculator, or if I'm just going to work this out, I will go ahead and take my first set of parentheses, 5 plus 12i minus 9i squared. So again, I squared is -1. So it's really 9 times -1. Be careful, you have to subtract both terms in this second set of parentheses. So minus a -6i is really plus 6i. And if we clean this up a bit, we have our -9 times -1 would give us +9. And I can combine that with the 5 to get 14. So it looks like it's going to be choice D, but let's double check. I have plus 12i plus 6i. Can go ahead and combine those and get positive 18i. So indeed it is 14 plus 18i, choice D. Okay, so that is the first page of section 3, test 7. Please look for other pages to get a little bit of practice, one page at a time.